Fire Silver, are you freaking ready, man?
Yes. Yes, I am.
You back from lounging around, and now you got to do some work. So you better pitch in, man.
Oh, I've got to do some work. Oh, okay, Dubs. You sit there with your feet up, and yeah.
That's right.
Tropical punch thing.
Scrub those, scrub those golden bathtubs for me, please. They're starting to get tarnished. All right.
One of the feet's missing. I mean, I don't know where it's gone.
You got to fix it.
I think Forrest might take it.
It's just IMBA, dude. You got to leave it IMBA. It's fine. We'll use a plank of, we'll use a plank of wood to stable that. It's fine.
Golden wood. Like the finest pine you can buy.
So Fire Silver, man, I want you to talk about your vacation after we get out of this game here. So keep that in mind, man, and don't feel too laxed because we got some StarCraft action hitting the field right here, right now. The countdown should be getting going here. We're just waiting for Empire Cause to give the go-go. But Atlantis Spaceship, if you don't know this map, it's pretty cool. It's a two-player map. You guys can see it right here. It's got the, it's kind of got a crazy spawning situation. It's basically just mirrored fire. It's not like mirrored and then reversed. So it's kind of an interesting map. It's got a long rush distance as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this game actually unfolds. The countdown has begun, Fire. I'm going to let you do the intro because it's been so long. Cheers.
Welcome back to IMBAtv. We have Atlantis Spaceship going to be the map, and we're in our second series right now, which is going to be Mr. Empire Cass and Mr. Nerchio going to be going on from his last best of 3, which he did end up winning 2-1 versus Adel Scott. Now, Nerchio is going to be spawning as the pink Zerg. He is down, what position we call that? The 8 o'clock position down here. And up here at about the 1 o'clock position, Empire Cass will be rolling out as the red Terran. And I think this is going to be a close series personally. I really do not have that much experience with this map, so it's going to be very interesting to watch. But it looks like it has a kind of Daybreak-esque expansion style.
Yeah, it does. And, it's also got the one Zelnaga Watchtower just kind of hanging out in the middle of the ground. It is on the lower ground as well. As you guys see, there are ramps going and leading down to it. Now, the third base expansion, Fire Silver, since you are, kind of new to this map, the third base expansion is right out here, right outside your natural. There is one big ramp, huge ramp leading down into that one, as well as there is a huge, entrance point leading out from the front. So you got to make sure to keep an eye on that. Now, also, there's a rich Vespane geyser located in the middle of the map. There's 2 of these expansions with the rich Vespane geyser. So you can actually harbor a little bit more gas from that. But you've got to build your command center back. So you actually lose a little bit of mining time, and you've got to use more SCVs or more drones to be able to make it happen. Now, taking a look at it here, Nerchio is going to go ahead and lay down his spawning pool. He's got everything rocking and rolling for him. He's going to go for that that Zergling expand play. Fire Silver, I think it's safe to do. I think we're going to see a straight-up awesome game right here.
Yeah, so I'm not feeling safe enough to go hatch first for the time being, being a little bit safer. Now, not going without the speed is an interesting choice. I need to delay that just for a little bit so we can get the other expansion. The expansion now will be placed down at 15 supply. So cutting a few drones there just to get it down as soon as possible. Now, Kaz is going to go scout. His first spring going to be out in the field very, very soon, so you can deny scouting and any stray overlords coming over right now. And his second SCV is on the way out. It's going to be an expansion, but he's not hiding it. He's going to plant it straight down right now. And it doesn't look like Nerchio is going to be scouting this anytime soon.
Yeah, Nerchio's basically just utilizing his overlords to try to get some map awareness and some scouting out there. He's got the one up here on the high ground as well, which is pretty cool situation to have those overlords in. He can actually move this over to the left a little bit and hang out on this pillar, Fire Silver, and that pillar will allow him the vision of this dip point from the down and up. And they will not be able to see any units unless there is aerial coverage or some high ground vision allowed out there for Cause's Marines. Now, Cause, he's got his natural expansion out. It's going to be that one Rax expand into double refinery production build. We should start to see him get that gas income here and then lay down his factory. I love this. I love this opener. I mean, the 1-Rax expand, it's just so viable in the market of TVZ. It seems to work out so well for these players. And Kaz is one of those who can utilize it pretty awesomely, man.
Yeah, indeed he is. And I kind of like the fact that he went for the kind of lack of bunker at this point in time, because it's going to leave Nerchio looking for answers for the time being. He won't know for sure, for definite, if there is an expansion there, because if he saw the bunker, he'd know, okay, he's investing into that. He is going to be going with it. So he doesn't really know if it's just going to be bio expand or some sort of Hellion expand. But we do have Hellions on the way, so they are going to cause Nerchio a bit of trouble right now. His speed is 100. Well, it's 27 out of 110 right now, so he's gonna have about 80 seconds left on that. Lots and lots of map vision from these overlords going down, and this is going to be odd for him because the lack of information means that he's having a trouble trying to find out when he can get this third. The Zergling does get in, it does get taken down by the Marine. He sees that it's literally just finished up and got a bit of saturation. He's going to kill the neutral supply depot. I think he accidentally repaired it there for a second, but he does have 2 Hellions on the way out. So Kaz now going to be using these Hellions to secure himself a third, but Nerchio already has it down. So will he choose to just use a few spines, or will he even invest into a Roach Run for this? They're the 2 options he has available. But Queens, actually, Queens are probably a lot more viable now because they have that 5 ground attack,
Dude,
which I completely forgot about, man.
Queens are, since the upgrade, man, Queens are really awesome for countering the, being able to lay down creep spread and countering the Hellion play. Now, he's continuing to move this queen out here. He's got the extra queen being built so that he can actually lay down those creep tumors quite avidly, and he's going to get that creep tumor train really rolling out pretty well. This is exactly what I expect from Nerchio in the TVZ. I want to see him get that creep spread out there and take up a majority of the map by at least the 13-minute mark, Fire Silver. If he can do that, then he's going to be able to see anything coming down the line, going to be able to be ready for anything, as well as going to be able to defend his third base, which is a pretty open expansion, if you can say so. We do see those Hellions making their way across the field right now from IMBAtv. He's going to go ahead and do a little bit of scouting with these. It's hard to say if he's actually going to go into that third. Nice freaking cancel of that creep tumor here. We do see these Hellions making their way down into the bottom of this ramp, and they will check the third base. So it's nice to see IMBAtv trying to be more clairvoyant with these Hellions, and actually going to be able to go out and scout out these, these extra bases and whatnot. Now, Nerchio is going to have to, send these queens on, make those, Hellions go a-packing. But so far, man, it seems like Nerchio's turning this around pretty well.
Yeah, and he's going to have a big problem trying to get anything done with that third expansion. Roaches are going to come down right now, so the damage has been done. The lack of droning, the investment in roaches has easily paid for these 4 Hellions and the factory tech, which he's going to be using anyway. Now, with this whole supply depot wall, it's allowed him to delay tanks for a bit and go into medevacs very, very quickly. And it looks like he's going to have 4 in this medevac, 8 in the other. So, going to have 12 Marines on the field, going to pick up a few extra. And then going to be able to do some good damage with this. Now, there's only 1 Overlord up in this north corridor, so this Overlord, these 2 Overlords should... Overlords? They're medevacs. Come on.
Okay, Overlords may have gotten an improvement on their base speed, but they're not medevacs.
They're overpowered, man.
Oh, jeez. But anyways, I mean, the double Ds, Fire Silver, it's... IMBAtv loves the drop play, and he's going to try to utilize that here. Is Nerchio prepared for this?
I don't think so, man. I mean, it is always hard to prepare for drops and keep your forces ever as Zerg at once. He is going to drop. The Overlord taking a bit of damage. He stims up. A good portion of the Marines going to be going in there. Mining time is just completely gone now. He's going to actually take down the extractor. If he gets the spawning pool, that's a big loss right now. And it looks like all the drones all going towards the side. He loses the spawning pool, and he's going to lose a lot more right now. The roach count isn't enough. Zerglings have just popped. He's able to save all of these if he chooses to, but look at that. Target firing down a few of them, and he loses 1 of the medevacs, and it looks like he only lost 8 Marines.
That's right.
7 from the 1 medevac, the medevac, and an extra Marine. So overall, good progress.
Totally worth it, man. Now he's got to rebuild a spawning pool to be able to get out any of that basic tech like the Zerglings, and I'll tell you, that was a really nice pickoff from Empire Cause. He also went in with a couple of Hellions and did a little bit and tried to do what he could against this third base expansion area, but it didn't really end up paying much, many dividends there. A few roaches are kind of hanging out there, so they are able to defend against the Hellion play. Now, look at this. Empire Cause is making that switch into Marine tank play. He's got the stim pack, he's got that combat shield, he's got the medevac dropship support for that heal bus. He's also got his third base on the way out. Now, he lands it down. Nerchio utilizing the quickness of the overlords without any speed upgrades as of in this game. He's going to be able to see this third base. He's going to know that it's gone down, and that is going to prong this attack. I mean, he's got some Zerglings out here. He knows he's got to make some economical damage because he took some big hits earlier. So let's see if he can actually make something happen. He moves in there just as the Marines were leaving, but you know what? He gets spotted, and the Marines pull back instantly, and Empire Cause saves his expansion. Only a few SCVs ended up losing their lives there.
Yeah, and it's a small price to pay. I mean, this is just a huge game changer right now for Kaz. He's able to start massive production, can easily max off these 3 base income. His upgrade's looking good, the 2-2 on the way. Meanwhile, Nerchio, he's trying to keep up in upgrades at the moment, but Kaz just a little bit faster. You can have a little bit advantage on the timings, but you can see from that drop how delayed his tech was. The layer is now morphing into a hive. He's got the spire on the way, but still had to wait for that spawning pool to rebuild. And if we have a quick look, where did he actually rebuild the spawning pool?
He rebuilt the spawning pool by the 2 Evo chambers inside of his main base where his hive is. Now,
slightly risky.
Take a look at this. Nerchio's expanding into the middle of the map, man. He's going to be trying to take this rich Vespane geyser so that he can actually get a little bit of extra gas income, because you know what he's doing? He's actually making that switch into the Broodlord play, and look at this, the Zerglings go in, the fungal growths go down. We're going to see all these Zerglings now swarming the front lines of these Marines. The Marines taking heavy damage right now. We do see these, all the Zerglings have died. Now, all the infestors are pulling back here. They did lay some primo fungals. They're going to throw down a couple of these infestor Terran here. They're going to do a little bit of extra DPS when they can actually get in the fray. It looks like he's going to clean this up with the Zerglings, and the Zerglings actually paying it off well. Another drop did actually go in right now to the new expansion that Nerchio wanted to take in the middle of the map, and that is going to fall. Nice pickup there from Empire Cause, getting that emergency pickup, leaving the base, and look at the retroop he's got stimulating from across the map.
Yeah, lots of Marines. Only a few tanks just to focus down the Banelings right now. Still has a very good medevac count. Only lost 2 medevacs in this entire game so far. So still sticking with high counts. More Zerglings coming in. This one Marine will see the forces moving in.
God.
And all the infestors, the one thing he really needed, they get a nice fungal growth, which may actually save him here, but I just think there's a little too many Marines. Yeah, the dangers of mismicroing, because he had that Zolnaga, he had no idea Kaz was moving up. And 2 infestors and a couple of Zerglings, he has to make the maximum damage happen here. Going to be able to snipe out about 5 Marines there, Duffs, but once again, this expansion's under siege. And
his main base. He's got drops everywhere. There's 4 Marines dropping down in the new expansion. There's, of course, the tank line and Marine line on its way progressing into the 3rd, and there was a drop inside of the main base trying to do some damage against the hive. They took down the Queen. There's only 3 Marines left there. They will drop down. They will get taken care of here soon enough. But seriously, Empire Cause is on the warpath. This war machine has started, dude, and you cannot stop that. He's got that magical hat where he just pumps out these units, man. I mean, look inside of his 3rd base. He's got a new expansion on the way. He's got many Marines and tanks out there, and he's going to be regrouping and retrooping once again. I would love to see more of these medevacs out, but it's so important that he starts to make that switch in the Viking play. He's got the Vikings on the way out 4x4 right now, and it looks like he's going to be trying to utilize those, because I'll tell you, he's seen the tech. He knows Nerchio's on Hive. He knows that Nerchio's got those Corruptors, and he also knows about the Broodlord play. If he can get those Vikings out there and sit them in a good position, then he can actually try to deter this, the Broodlord play. He can actually try to snipe out some of these Broodlords, work on the ground force with his tank and Marine, and try to cause some big damage. Now, Nerchio's going to come into this. He's going to try to expand once again. He's going to try to take the middle of the map. He does have another expansion that just finished up, Fire Silver. He pushes out into the middle, and now he's indecisive. He sees a new force on the way in, and let's see how this goes down for him.
Yeah, going to be able to snipe out a few. There's not really many spare corruptors left over. A few more do just hatch right now, giving him the force he needs, but he needs to get a few more Vikings out in the field. Hopefully, if he can get this +1 here as well, that's really going to help him out. But it's one thing I've always really liked about Cass's players. He's never really greedy. He's always like, there's always objectives to every single decision he makes.